All right, gang. Good to see everybody again, so to speak. Today I wanted to chat through Notion versus Anytype because it's a very commonly asked question. It's basically, is this a Notion killer? How does Anytype compare with Notion, of course, et cetera, et cetera. Just lots of kind of Notion related questions. So I wanted to go over the basics and we'll talk about a few of the pros and cons. So I think right off the bat, open source speed are one of the big differences between the two applications. I've also seen some users say this is code available or something to that effect, that it's not truly open source. But effectively, you can go review much of the code. The team is incredibly transparent. Overall, just a really open platform and open philosophy to the way they develop the application and the company overall. I personally love that. More secure. There's a lot more trust. You can get a lot more sense of where the team is going, etc. The community is also amazing. I mean, everybody kind of contributes in various ways. A lot of developers contribute to the code, submitting PRs, etc. Database functionality. This is another one that comes up very often, and the reason that I selected that they both have it. If you took this table and tried to say that this was a database, I would agree that that's not really the case. However, the fact of the matter is, Anytype as an application is a database. Everything stored in it is a database. It's why you can go create a set of any particular type of object, because everything you put in Anytype becomes an object, and then you can create a set of it. You can mix and match. Obviously, it's early days in development, so there's a bit more in terms of the functionality that will be needed by users to fully create different types of databases with different sources of data, etc. But I would argue that very much it has that core database functionality. It's just not present in the tables and how they're presented within a particular page or within a particular object currently. Whereas Notion, that's a bit more apparent, as you can create a database, relate different fields to other fields, kind of more traditional, almost Airtable style database that's embedded in Notion. So that's a bit more clear. Web Clipper coming soon. It's on the roadmap. We'll cover the roadmap in a second. Notion has it. Storage is local first for Anytype, does sync, and it syncs with a backup node that the Anytype team operates. So you can still download and sync across devices, but it is local first, so it's way faster than Notion, whereas Notion's cloud-based, much slower. It's been brutal for me to use. I personally just dislike Notion for that reason. And then you get rollups, formulas, a few things related to the database up there that Anytype does not have and Notion does. Surely these are things that are coming down the line as a lot of users are requesting them. Multiple users, nope. Publish to web, nope. AI integration, nope. And other integrations, nope. Web application, nope. All of those are no's, effectively because of the early stage of development of the application as well as the local first element. So I think much of this will be addressed through the API that the team is building, as well as the ability to add plugins. There's a lot of stuff coming here. It's just, as of February 14th, 2024, it is not currently developed and or released in the Anytype application. So just being forthright on that front, but a lot of this, is on the roadmap or is coming in some form. We could have covered everything as an object. I wanted to call it out specifically because for me, this is huge. It's why I use Anytype. The ability to basically differentiate between things. So just dumping everything, and PKM second brain style, dumping everything into Anytype and then being able to differentiate based on types is huge. Whereas in Notion, you've got a bunch of hierarchical pages and everything is a page. So, I think technically their search function currently is better, but I don't like browsing around Notion. Feels very clunky to me because everything's in nested folders, everything's like linking from one thing to the other works, but the idea of being able to like search out everything with a particular attribute and put it in a set and then view that set and update it and or get some insights from that set of data is just too massive for me to overlook. And so these two pieces together I think are really important for anyone who's interested in like incorporating a lot of data into their note-taking or personal acknowledgement app, and then being able to generate insights from it and or just easily find a subset of objects. And this last one, just, if there's anything else that you would have liked to have seen during this video, please feel free to call it out. We can obviously update this at a later time and add it in. So yeah, let's cover the roadmap here. So here it is, 2023. They delivered a ton of things, and you can see just in the next quarter, probably in the next ideally month and a half, then a multiplayer MVP, web clipper, custom storage location, UX improvements again, and then including files as an object, and then some translation stuff. So tons of stuff, and this is just in the next probably few weeks. I'm sure all of this is quite robustly developed on the back end, and they're just looking to release it. Then you have obviously Notion on the other hand, and just to give everyone a sense of it. Then you have Notion on the other hand, just to give everyone a sense of it in terms of what is available. Obviously they do have the AI, they have the calendar integrations. They just bought Cron and integrated that. So now it's a Notion calendar, which actually is a really nice clean calendar. You have, all these templates, et cetera, but I think for me, the UX is pretty brutal on Notion. I just don't like the forced hierarchy. I think they do have a lot of flexibility in terms of like how to structure and build out the properties of different objects or pages, but it's not quite as flexible as Anytype, and that's what I'm looking for. I can use Anytype as a project manager, task manager, personal note-taking app, meeting notes app, etc., and then just connect it all at the top. And I know the same argument can be made for Notion, but again, it's slower. You can't use it offline. Like there's just a lot of downsides for me personally. I don't think I need to go too deep on Notion. That's very easy. There's tons of content out there on Notion. Most people are very familiar with it. So feel free to dive in yourself. That's the gist of it, and we'll post this shortly. Please let me know if we can cover anything else down the line, and see you guys next time.